Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Waves, and this movie is directed by Trey Edward Schultz, and it came out in 2019, and I really loved this movie. And for anyone who doesn't know who Trey Edward Schultz is, he's the guy who directed It Comes at Night, with a movie that I really loved. And before watching this again, I saw this movie once before, and I decided to rewatch it before, reviewing it, and making sure my thoughts on this movie were clear, and I wanted to watch it twice. And before watching it, I decided to watch It Comes at Night again, like right before it, just to see how it compared. And I like it more than It Comes at Night. I think Waves is a really powerful movie, and it does so much for me, and so much is going on in this movie. And this movie is a longer movie than It Comes at Night, and it definitely earned it for me. And this is not a fast-paced movie. It is slow. It does take its time, but I think the payoff is worth it. And it's not necessarily like building to something. It's more just how things are presented. And eventually, even though is a lot of build-up and that it pays off, it does take its time. And the second half of this movie is really strong with me, and it gets so many emotions out of me, and it's just really great, and that's what I really love about it. And not to say that the first half wasn't emotional, it definitely had a lot for me, but most of the emotions that I experienced with this movie is just in the second half, and the first half is just building up all this chaos that's eventually going to happen without spoiling anything. And the performances in this movie were really great, and everyone is giving it their all, and no character in this movie is one-dimensional. And there's a lot going on with the characters, and that's really what brings this movie together for me. And every character in this movie has something to do, and they really affect the story, and the drama of the situation of everything is really important. And I just think it's really great. And the soundtrack choices I really loved. I thought they all fit with the scene, and they really helped out my experience. And this movie is really nice to look at, and like It Comes at Night, Trey Edward Schultz likes to play around with the aspect ratio of the film. And sometimes you see black bars, sometimes you don't, and other points it will be like on the sides. And he uses that to tell a certain emotion as to like what's supposed to be happening. And it's like when he does that, it's for a purpose. And he did that in It Comes at Night. But in this movie, he uses it a little more often. More in the second half is where I noticed him doing that a lot. In the first half, it pretty much stayed the same and never changed. And another thing, this movie is really nice to look at. There's lots of colors everywhere, and it really stands out. There's nothing to complain about visually in this movie, and sometimes it can be like flashing lights into your eyes. So if you get headaches really easily, then I wouldn't recommend this movie to you. But if you're not, then you should be fine. Notice how I've never once talked about the plot of the movie. And that's for two reasons. The first reason is because normally I just skip over the plot and just go right into what I liked, because normally that makes my videos a lot quicker. And the second reason is because I don't want to spoil anything, and this is a movie you can really get spoiled for. So I would recommend you don't look up much about it. All you need to know is that it's another movie from Trey Edward Schultz, and everything that I told you so far, and what I liked about it, and that's all you need to know. And once we got to the third act of the movie, or last 30 minutes, maybe a bit earlier, that's where it got really sad for me, and I would probably say this is one of the saddest movies I've ever seen. And I'm not gonna lie, I actually teared up, because I just thought it was a really powerful movie. And that's about all I have to say about Waves without getting into spoilers. I have so much I would love to talk about, but I don't want to spoil anything. So I'm just going to stop right there, and I think it's a really great movie, really great performances. It's beautiful to look at, and the story was great. I was emotionally engaged from the very beginning of the movie all the way up to the end. No scene in this movie felt out of place. All of the characters had a purpose in the story, and it was all great, and I would highly recommend this movie to you. And with all that being said, I'm going to give Waves a 10 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you thought of Waves, and my social media links. They will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly from the Man with No Name trilogy. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.